Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome. The situation is intolerable. The ceasefire called for by the UN Security Council must be implemented immediately. The violence must stop.
For the special session,
Let me also underscore that while indiscriminate rocket attacks against civilian targets in Israel are unlawful, Israel's responsibility to fulfill its international obligations is completely independent from the compliance of Hamas with its own obligations under international law.
In a high-level meeting today at the Israeli Ministry of Defense headquarters in Tel Aviv, the UN was informed that the incidents which led to a temporary suspension of UN staff movements are deeply regretted and do not reflect official government policy. The UN received credible assurances that the security of UN personnel, installations and humanitarian operations would be fully respected, including undertakings of improved liaison and more effective internal coordination within the IDF. On this basis, UN staff movements suspended yesterday will resume as soon as possible. On the other side, from Gaza,
what it means in effect is that as soon as practical, we will resume our operations. What we had called for was credible assurances. The credibility attaches in this case to the level from which the assurances flow, which is the very highest level of government in Israel.
What mechanisms are being put in place to ensure that
all we want on the operational side is that we can rely on the information that is provided and that we will not have our security compromised due to poor coordination or breakdowns in communication. There is enough risk here as it is a combat zone.
Good afternoon, good evening, John, also in Gaza. I think it's very good news that we've received those assurances, and they were exactly the assurances that we're seeking. And the statement says, I think this is an UNRWA statement, as far as I understand it. On this basis, staff movements will resume as soon as possible.